Alright, so the first time you open the payment solution, you are most likely going to see something like this. And a security warning that says macro have been disabled. Sometimes you may see it as a message just in front. What you need to do is to enable content. The moment you enable content, it is going to ask you to change the default password. It's going to ask you to change the default password. So that will come up now. Okay. So it says you are required to change the default password. So let me check if this is still recording. Okay, that's fine. So you are required to change the default password. So let's enter a new different password. Something you would remember, because this is what holds the key to be able to get full access of the Paystation software. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it will validate this response, and it says enter re-enter password. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The moment we click OK, it says password set successful, or password change successful. So the moment you hit enter, it's going to request you to set a login password. So the first password is for you to be able to edit the Paystation, just in case there are errors. Say for instance, somebody made an error during intro. You want to edit that. So you, as the school owner or the administrator, will be the only one with the knowledge of the password. That is the edit password. Now this login password is the password they need to enter so that they can use the software. And mark you, it shouldn't be a similar password to the edit password. It should be something different. So we're going to go with 1, 2, 3 and then 1, 2, 3. So hit enter. After this, it's going to run some setups and take us straight to the entry page, which is the very first one. Okay, let's give that some seconds. Alright, so we are there. It says set up classes and fees. So we hit enter. Let's say we're having kindergarten, we're having 60,000, or other classes are quite low. So let's make some modifications. It's now 3. Let's change this to let's make this 20,000, and let's make this 22,000. So also you need to set in the new intake. So you actually combine the fees for everything the new intake needs. That is the tuition fee, tuition fee, etc., etc. So let's see, here is now 30,000. Here is 35,000. So let's leave that 33,000, 29,000. So yes, we'll be focusing on these two, kindergarten and nursery 3 in this instance. So the moment we leave here, it's going to set up this place. You notice here is unlocked, but the moment it's done, it's going to be locked. So if you come back to this entry page and try to modify it, you won't be able to do that, because it now knows that you finished your setup and you are ready to go. So you need to finish all the setup before coming down to the playlist. So the playlist, let's go with a sample name. Let's say Daniel. Daniel. First name. And then the second one, let's use James, Martha. There's 2 names. So one of them is going to be for kindergarten, and the second one is going to be for 3. Okay, so you can see there is a kindergarten, and there's kindergarten new intake. There's nursery 3, there's nursery 3 new intake. So you'll be able to handle all fees for all those classes. That will be 30 different sections, the class and its new intake. So let's go with nursery 3 new intake, which we said. So if you notice this, once we use new intake, it's going to highlight it for us. So if you come down to this area, you see that the new intake for nursery 3 is supposed to pay 29,000 and the other class 22,000 for the regular kindergarten. Alright, so let's make payments of 18,000. What happens is going to stamp that payment that has been done, and then with a date, you come here, we are going to see that the balance has been made. The balance is 4,000. So let's say this person, since he's a regular student, let's say in a case where the student owed us 5,000 earlier, and let's come down here. We can't see anything in the cleared list because nobody has been cleared, everybody is still owed. Come here, check the debtors list. We're going to see those two people. And I can see who has paid 18,000 and is owing 4,000 from this term's balance. We're expecting 22,000. The outstanding is 5,000, and the balance plus the outstanding gives us 9,000, which is the brought forward. So here, this is rather explanatory. He hasn't paid anything, so it still owes us 29,000, which is expected for each term. Now, if we go down to the records, we are going to see that we have two names, no payment. We have payment for kindergarten. Let's go over to this very end. We have Daniel Kamsi. So we have 1, 2, Daniel Kamsi, who is in kindergarten, and James Martha, who is in nursery 3. So if we come down here, we tap on this, you can see it's loading. What does that mean? It means that if we right click on this, it's going to ask you, do you want to print this record? Click OK. So it's actually telling you need to state payment reason. So you go there, down to this place, and make sure you need to state payment reason. That's why it had to notify you, state the payment reason. So we could say payment first term. So let's say it's the first term. Alright. So immediately we enter that, it's going to print this out for us. Immediately you enter the reason, it's going to print it automatically. So if you don't want to print this, you can just close the preview. But automatically it has added the name of the learner, the class, has added the terms fee, has added the outstanding. It told us that okay, this person is still owing us 9,000. Now, one very important thing is the transaction ID. It generates a transaction ID which you can use to track every record. So let's say you have edited a record as an administrator and you want to check back. Every re-enter transaction will be a new one, so that's old transaction. So like I was saying, the transaction ID for the previous payment before it was edited will be timed as invalid. So let's go out and try that out and see what happens. So if we come here, let's say we have made payment for this person of, we wanted to write 29,000 and we wrote 39,000. So at this point, we are going to see that, hey, 39,000, and because it is stamped, you can't edit it from here. All that we need to do, as the administrator, your attention will be called, so you can double tap on this icon, and it's going to ask you, give us that password for editing. The password you need to edit the document. That is not the login password this time, your own first password which we set. So that password, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it's okay. and it is going to unlock this area for us. Yes. So what we need to do is to entirely clear what is here and then enter. Before then, you lock it back. It's going to lock. When you double tap on it, it's going to lock automatically and say 29,000. Alright, so this person is not owing us anything. 0, 0, 0. So if we come back here to our records, you see that this person now has a valid record, and we have a lot of things to check here. So if you come back here, we see that Daniel Kamsi is the only debtor. You come here, you check here and see in the cleared list, you can see James Martha. So James Martha is among the cleared list. She is expecting 29,000, and 29,000 has been paid. So what do we need to do? We can come here to the record and tap on it and right click. Yes, we want to print this record. It is going to notify us. State the payment reason. So we go there to our print and state the payment reason. So first term fee. Immediately we hit enter, it's going to automatically print this document. So you can just proceed to printing or close the preview. Now, in this area, we would want to change the logo, but unfortunately you can't tap on it. That's why we've created the remedy here. What you need to do is just tap on this. It's going to say, okay, that password which you need to modify, the exact password we used for editing the payment list is what we are going to enter as an administrator. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's OK. So you need to select an image from the next dialog. Press OK. So it's going to bring up our file explorer for us to select a picture. So we are coming here to where our logos are. Select a different logo. Let's go with something. Let's say we tap on this and choose this. What happens automatically? You selected this. If you don't want this selection, you can easily cancel it. But let's go with OK. And automatically our logo is updated. So one other thing we can do from here is we don't want this background. Let's change that to 1. C1 has blue, green, we have light red, we have orange, we have pink. So because the logo is orange, let's go with 4, which is orange. So you can see this. So you can also delete what is here. You can also delete what is here and leave it like this. I think this way works for anyone, regardless of the color of your logo. Now, so we'll just leave it like this because it looks beautiful from my view. So we can proceed to the desktop view. Now in the desktop view is a dashboard that tells you, okay, this is the amount you are here to collect in a graphical way. You can see you're expecting 9,000 from the first person who is owing us 4,000 and 5,000 outstanding. So in this term, the person is owing 4,000 current balance. For this term, that's current term is balance. Now this is 92%. We've collected 92%, which is 47,000. Now entirely 47,000 has been paid to us because we've not collected anything from the outstanding, just this term's balance. Now if we come over here, alright, so we have those two classes have made payment. And you can see it here in our graph as well. So this is the amount that's been paid. This is the amount we're expecting, 9,000 from Dagati. We've collected this amount from these classes, expecting this amount from these other classes. Alright, so one last place we can come to is the pay date to give you a statement. Kamsi paid to amount on which day. Second payment will also show up that way. Third payment, and so on and so on. So here in the status, you can see also it has been updated from nursery 3 in new intake to nursery 3. Now, so this will get you started. This will get you started for payment system. So good luck with this.